So, are you kids ready to talk about love, cancer, and death? The Fault in Our Stars, released in 2014 and is directed by Josh Boone, who's behind such films like Stuck in Love and The New Mutants, which came out in 2017 when it was originally scheduled for, right? Gosh, that movie was supposed to come out 3 years ago. It is currently 2020, and it still hasn't come out. It was actually supposed to come out a couple of months ago, in April. It was supposed to finally be released. And then unfortunately with all of this crap that went down in the world, now it's coming out, supposedly, it's coming out this August? I'm not hinging any bets on that. Can you imagine having a film like completed and it was supposed to come out 3 years ago, and for whatever reason, studio reshoots, just poor timing on when the studio wants to release it, studio takeovers and buyouts and things like that, all because of all those things, your movie that was supposed to come out 3 years ago has still not come out. I can't even imagine. But this film is starring a very lovely Shailene Woodley and a very charming Ansel Elgort. Do I pronounce the T on it? Elgort? Doesn't sound right. I'm gonna stick with Elgort, and then if he has any problems, he can message me, and then we can become like chat buddies. Because I would like that. The Fault in Our Stars tells the story of Hazel Grace, who is a cancer patient who is being forced to go to support groups by her parents because she's depressed. Because she has this thing called cancer. Yeah, shame on you for being depressed because of that. At one of these support groups, she meets a very charming young man by the name of Augustus Walters, who is also a former cancer patient, but seems like he doesn't have a care in the world. And this is a young adult drama, so of course they're going to fall in love, but the thing about cancer is that it's a son of a bitch, and it always comes back to bite you in the ass. And I don't mean any offense to any of you out there watching if you are suffering from cancer, if you have beaten cancer, if you have a loved one that is going through or is having a fight with their own cancer. I mean no offense by it, it's just kind of a fact of life, unfortunately. I wish cancer was like an actual person, that way all of us in the world could have a shot at like kicking him in the crotch, or just beating the crap out of him. Whatever it is, cancer is a son of a bitch that unfortunately a lot of cancers we can't cure right now, which is why having cancer just flat out sucks. Cancer is just one of those diseases that affects, I think, everyone on this planet, whether it's actually you have cancer or if you know someone, a coworker, a friend, a loved one, a friend's loved one. Someone you know in your life probably has cancer, and it frickin' sucks. Let's make a young adult romance novel about it, shall we? This film is based on the book written by John Green, which I think came out in 2012, so it's actually very fast production. 2012 and then 2014, here's the movie version of it. Actually, that sounds very much like Hollywood. But strangely enough, what a joy of a film to watch. And it's all thanks to these lovable characters who you just 100% get behind because you know their story. There's nothing shitty about these people. You are 100% behind them, which is something you usually don't see in a young adult movie or TV show. Typically, teenage dramas, young adult dramas deal with high school and, having, getting that dance to the prom or graduating on time, something very frivolous like that a year after is not going to mean anything to you. But here we have some teenagers who are very mature for their age because they woke up one day and all of a sudden life slapped them across the face and they had to grow up, right? Very quickly. I love seeing how these two people cope with having cancer because these characters are not written one-dimensionally. They're written very realistically. Yes, at first they come off like they have a one-set mindset on cancer and their life and their imminent death. Hazel Grace is basically depressed and is just kind of waiting for the cancer to take hold and to end her. Whereas Gus is a living example of, hey, I cut it out of me. I don't have it anymore. And now I have a very positive and strange outlook on life. But then as you get older, things kind of switch around and sometimes cancer comes back or sometimes cancer goes away and your mindset completely flips because cancer leads to death most of the time, and death is a very scary thing. I mean, it's probably my number one fear, and I think it's a lot of people's number one fear is the idea of death, because you don't know what happens after that, right? Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it because Because now I'm thinking about it, damn it. Let's talk about the movie, though. These two actors have tremendous chemistry. I think Shailene Woodley is absolutely lovable here. She's realistic, but she's not bratty. She's opinionated, but you don't find her annoying at all. She just has a very realistic take on the world, and I like characters in these types of films that are like that, because it's very easy for these young adult teenage dramas to get very caricature-y. But here's just someone with her head on her shoulders and has a very realistic take on the world, which I love. But I also like the positive mindset of Gus, who I think is very charming, and he's one of those guys that, takes the bull by the horns. He has that type of mentality. Hell, he walks around with a cigarette in his mouth. He never lights it because he doesn't smoke, but he likes putting the thing that gives cancer in between his mouth, but never giving it its full power. He's very thoughtful and loves all of these metaphors. And we get a ton of them. Holy crap, we get a ton of metaphors in this movie. You guys have been reading way too many philosophy books during your downtimes. Kind of shut up, actually. You can tell that they're into each other the moment that they meet, but they don't exploit it in any way. I think they handle their relationship very tasteful with this film. It's a good, solid relationship because they start out as friends. And I think any good, long-lasting relationship, strong relationship always begins that way, as friends. And then you can become lovers later on. They're just two really good friends, and I love seeing them on screen. For a film about cancer, you know that something is gonna happen that's gonna just rip your heart out and just cause you to go crying for like 6 hours straight after seeing it. So you get a little antsy watching this movie because the first 2 acts are basically all positive. Everything is going oh so well for both of them, which, God, if you know anything about love stories, is that it's not always gonna go well. Something always bad happens and then they break up or whatever, or someone, dies or whatever, which we get to in Act 3. So I don't know what that says about me, but the first 2 acts, I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, when's the bad thing gonna happen? Because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's a movie about love and cancer. There it is. All I'll say is that it's beautifully done. I think the story is beautiful. It gives you a great perspective on life, and it promotes really just kind of taking your perceived notions about how life is supposed to go, and it makes you take those and just throw them out the window, because life, there's no set path. There is nothing written down anywhere saying that, okay, here's every step that is going to happen, or at least that should happen to you. Sometimes shit just happens, and you have to change course, like drastically, like that. And I like films that do that. We have some heartbreaking scenes, but you can't have a love story without those heartbreaking scenes, because it makes the love scenes and the beautiful chemistry scenes just that more powerful, and the ending of this movie that more powerful because of those heartbreaking scenes that you get at the start of Act 3. Will you cry? Yeah, you will. I've only seen this movie twice now, and I've cried both times. I'm not ashamed at all to admit that. I think this film is beautiful. Prepare yourself going in to watch it if you're not in the mood to see, death and cancer and stuff like that. Don't watch it. But if you're in the mood for a good love story, regardless of how it ends up, it's definitely one for the ages. I'm going to give The Fault in Our Stars 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos, where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next. The next one comes as a recommendation from one of my longtime friends, Mike Crematolo. You recommended the film Step Brothers, one of the Will Ferrell comedies that I have never seen before. But I feel like everyone in my life has seen this and quotes it all the time. Or if we're watching TV and it comes on, everyone knows the words to the movie, which upsets me because that's my thing. I speak constant movie quotes and movie scripts. I don't like it when it happens to me. And now I know how I annoy everyone around me all the time. Oh well. But I'm excited to finally check out this movie. Thank you very much, Mike, for the recommendation. And thank you very much, Kristen, for the recommendation of The Fault in Our Stars. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, leave a recommendation below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter and leave your recommendation there. If I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So guys, have you seen The Fault in Our Stars? What did you think about it? How does it compare movie to the book if you've read the book? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of Step Brothers. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.